When I woke up on Friday, for a moment I forgot where I was. The ceiling was still foreign to me, and I was too groggy from sleep for my surroundings to truly sink in. The deletion game was just some horrible nightmare, right? I'd get up and see my parents sitting in the common room. My father would offer a choice comment about how lazy I was. That wasn't going to happen, though. After a few minutes, I began to come to my senses. Alright, time to get out of bed. I've got work to do. I dragged my feet out of the warmth of my blankets and placed them firmly on the floor next to my bed. Body up, go. I sighed and begrudgingly got up. Seemed my brain still wasn't functioning at full capacity just yet. I made my way out of my quarters and headed towards the bridge. On the way there, I ran into Shizuka in the hallway.
Good morning.
Good morning, Shizuka.
What happened to you? Did you die in your sleep?
I'm just not awake yet, that's all. And good morning to you, too.
Where are you going?
I'm off to the bridge, going to see how the captain is doing this morning.
I'm also on my way there. She had I come summon me. More work. I'm also on my way there. She had I come...
As Shizuka finished voicing her displeasure, we finally reached the bridge. At the center stood the captain, waiting expectantly for Shizuka's arrival.
Shizuka? Excellent. I have concerns regarding our navigation.
Good morning, Captain.
Oh, hello. I've heard that you've been assisting the crew with their tasks over the last few days.
I've been trying to help out where I can.
It's great to see our newest crew member showing initiative. Keep up the good work.
Captain, your voice is...
My voice? Yes, sorry, I completely forgot. This happened before you were conscious. Just after we picked you up, there was an accident while I was helping Katashi with some chores. I was harvesting tomato plants when I was stung by a bee in the throat. The Vogel's father said the swelling and its effects on my voice could take a few weeks before returning to normal.
This is what your voice normally sounds like? The captain smiled warmly.
It's nice to finally be back to normal.
Well, Captain, I really like your regular voice. The captain stood firm, but I could see her forced to hide a smile. Wait, bees?
Yes, you heard me right. Space bees.
The captain's smile faded as her stern demeanor returned.
Moving on to the subject at hand, the Everett is currently approaching a recently imploded superstar, which has formed into a black hole. Is this going to be a problem?
No, of course not. What's just one little black hole in space?
Let me just double check for you, Captain.
Shizuka sat down at the navigation terminal for quite some time.
How are you traveling since your headaches?
Doing a lot better now.
That's good to hear. I've also heard that you started looking into your parents' research. Is that going well?
It's definitely something. I'm still trying to wrap my head around what my parents were attempting to do.
Captain,
Report, Shizuka.
the black hole in question has an event horizon that's only a few kilometers wide, so it shouldn't pose much of a problem. That being said, our current trajectory will send us close to it. Close enough that we may experience its gravitational field.
Will being that close result in any further casualties?
If we can avoid entering the event horizon itself, there shouldn't be any casualties. As of right now, however, we still have the opportunity to change our trajectory and avoid the situation altogether.
If we were to change our route, how much time would be added to the estimated mission duration?
Let's see. According to I's projections, roughly 71 years.
That won't do. We'll have to take our chances with the black hole's gravitational field. Will you be able to navigate through it?
I've never done it before, although I have successfully navigated through them in training simulations.
Well, let's hope that your gaming skills come in handy. We can't afford to add extra time to the mission with our current resource crisis.
Wait, we're going to stay on course towards a black hole?
Well, yes, but we're just going to go next to it, not into it, silly.
Isn't that still incredibly dangerous?
If we don't take this calculated risk now, there's no way we'll survive to see the end of this mission.
I guess.
If you were a betting person, would you rather have a 100% chance of death or a 50% chance?
Well, 50% of course.
Excellent choice. Shizuka, set our course. When will we be getting close enough to experience any gravitational anomalies?
Roughly a week, give or take a few days.
Wonderful. Keep me posted.
Can do, Captain.
Her conversation with Shizuka concluded, and the captain turned to address me.
What are your plans for the day?
We need to spend time with Yoshiki. I was planning on going to see if Yoshiki required any help.
That is a fantastic idea. I know that he's currently completing some routine upkeep on some of the consoles in the engineering bay. He could probably use an extra set of hands.
Great, I'll head over there now. I descended from the bridge and made my way towards the engineering bay. When I arrived at the engineering bay, I couldn't see Yoshiki anywhere. I immediately set about searching for him. Yoshiki! Yoshiki! Marco!
Polo!
Following the sound of his voice, I made my way around one of the large pieces of equipment and found Yoshiki hard at work. Found you. Ah, there's one for the ladies.
Yeah, you did.
There are a lot of these on the female road, I know. Where's your shirt?
I take it off when I have to work in or under consoles. Otherwise, it gets dirty. My skin is much easier to clean than my clothes.
I see.
Hey, hey!
What?
Eyes up here, perv. But seriously, check it out. I can move my pec muscles.
Just put your shirt on.
Fine. You're such a spoil sport.
And since the fans probably want it, I had no idea you were so fit. Like, wow, you were hiding that body underneath your clothes this whole time?
I know, right? Hard labor pays off, I guess.
Most certainly does.
Hey, hey, touch me while I'm flexing.
No. Yoshiki flexed in my direction, ran my hand over his arms. So hard.
Right? Trying to sleep with my head on my arms can be a real pain. It's like sleeping on a pillow made of concrete.
That's a strange problem to have.
I guess that's just the cost of being so handsome.
I guess it is. I winked back at Yoshiki. Yoshiki took a moment to put his shirt on and straighten his braces.
So what brings you here? Do you need me to fix something?
And just a reminder, the braces are the suspenders. That's UKism compared to the US. Actually, I was just coming to see if you needed a hand with anything.
Really?
Yeah.
See, this is why we're best friends already. Want more proof? What color is my underwear today?
How does that prove we're best friends?
Best friends can always tell what color each other's underwear is by their mood alone.
I stared intensely at Yoshiki, trying my best to judge his mood and somehow correlate it to his underwear color. Let's go with the third option. You wearing underwear? Who are you trying to fool, Yoshiki? I'm your best friend after all.
You got me! See for yourself!
No thanks. I quickly blurted out an objection to avoid getting an eyeful of Yoshiki's junk. No need, I'll take your word for it. Yoshiki seemed a little disappointed, but thankfully refrained from exposing himself. Without missing a beat, he tried to pick up where we'd left off in the conversation.
Speaking of underwear, I've actually just finished all of my work for the day.
How are those two things even related?
You need to have more faith in the power of undergarments.
Sorry, Yoshiki, but you're still not making any sense. Yoshiki just shrugged at me and went on his merry way.
Let's go grab a bite to eat.
I could go for an apple.
That's the spirit.
Yoshiki wrapped his arm around my shoulder and we headed to the kitchen from the engineering bay. Before going in, Yoshiki stuck his head in to see if the coast was clear.
All clear, we have the green light to enter the building.
After taking a look around the kitchen, we helped ourselves to some apples that we found in the fridge.
So, wanna share clues for the game on Sunday?
Why not? Hell yeah, I do. We are BFFs after all.
I know, right? It's so awesome that we just get each other. I know this is a pretty rough thing to say, and the deletion game is like really bad, but I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks, Yoshiki.
Ahem. You're directly between Kamiko and Katashi.
Clearly I know how to party. Melody is 3 positions to the left of Beatrix.
I'm so bad with puzzles.
Yeah, I'm not the best either.
Shizuka's so good at games. I bet she already has the answer. Which means she could...
Target someone on purpose?
OMG, she might kill me!
Why would she target you? Yoshiki broke into a cold sweat.
Well, you see, this one time...
Yes? What? What did you do, Yoshiki?
I ate some of the beans off her plate while she wasn't watching.
You're a dead man. That's it?
Yeah, but when she realized what I'd done, she said, "You will rue the day you stole from me!" Maybe this is it. The time I'll finally regret crossing her.
Yoshiki, that was an amazing impersonation of Shizuka.
Really?
Yeah. Wait, say, everyone on the ship is better at games than me.
Everyone on this ship is better at games than me.
Can you do other people? Do me. Say, by golly, do I love quantum mechanics.
By golly, I do love quantum mechanics.
So you can obviously only do Shizuka's voice.
Well, at least I tried. What am I doing? I need to go suck up to Shizuka in case she wants to murder me.
Take a straw with you when you go.
Thanks for everything. Catch you later.
Don't forget the straw. Yoshiki ran out of the kitchen faster than I'd ever seen him move before. Shizuka's threat seems to have put the fear of God into him. I was pretty sure Shizuka wasn't going to target him over something so petty, at least I hope not. Come to think of it, maybe I should think about sucking up to her too. After finishing my last apple, I decided to retire to my quarters for the day. If I actually wanted to suck up to Shizuka, tomorrow would be my last chance. Bed, where have you been all my life? With this exclamation, I sank onto the bed and fell fast asleep. I woke up with what felt like an information hangover. See, my headache from earlier in the week was starting to return as the deletion game edged closer. Didn't have any time to waste. I only had one more day to acquire the clues I needed to help me survive this round. Who should I check in with today? Trying to remember. Let's do I. Instead of scrambling, maybe I should go straight to the source. When I looked at my tablet, however, I noticed that I was nowhere to be seen. Never realized that I wasn't listed. Cleared my throat. I materialized in front of me.
Good morning.
Why is your location omitted from the ship's navigation app?
There are 2 reasons for this. First, my hardware is integrated into the Everett's AI system at all times. In that sense, I never technically move anywhere.
She sounds different than normal here.
Second, my holographic interface allows crew members to summon me in an instant from anywhere aboard the ship. As a result, my location is something of a moot point.
I guess that makes sense. Have you found any new information about the deactivation code?
Unfortunately, I have not.
I should have guessed it wouldn't be that easy. I gave me an apologetic look, and I tried my best to cheer her up. Don't sweat it, I'm sure we'll figure it out if we keep looking. I brined a little, but still seemed disappointed she wasn't able to find anything. At that point, I remembered something I've been meaning to ask I've been thinking a lot about your programming lately, and I have a question. If you have a synthetic emotional response, can you feel love?
It allows me to simulate love, yes.
Have you experienced it yet? Is it different from human love?
I have not. Even if I had, however, I am incapable of feeling human love. Therefore, I would be unable to differentiate the two.
That's a good point.
As of right now, I have not met the required parameters for me to experience love.
It seems cruel to program synthetic emotions if they only allow you to feel simulated love.
How is my simulation any different? Human love is tied to your biological programming, just as mine is bound to my synthetic programming.
It may not be exactly the same, but does that make my experience any less real than my human counterparts? Of course not. Forgive me, I didn't mean to offend you.
No offense taken.
After a brief awkward pause, I tried to break the ice by redirecting my question back at me.
So, have you experienced love?
I loved my parents, of course, but not in a romantic sense.
That's a shame. I was hoping you could provide me with more information about the experience.
Don't worry, we can be a couple of loveless fools together. Actually, now that I think about it, technically, each day, everyone on the ship experiences love. Oh? Well, your name is Ai, and if I remember correctly, doesn't that mean love in Japanese? That is correct. I see the humor in your joke. Is that why you were called Ai? Unfortunately not. I was issued the name I because I'm an artificial intelligence unit Everett Model 11037. So that's supposed to be a reference to Danganronpa, but I don't remember much about I'm only familiar with the first game. That's why in the previous video I didn't really mention that. Melody's drawing is reference to Zero the Third, that was the bunny And I do not remember the name of the bear from Danganronpa, but the colors were kind of inverted, if you didn't notice, so that it wouldn't be blatant possible copyright stuff. So your name is I because you're an AI system, so that they just shortened it to I. That is correct. That seems so impersonal. After all, I assume you're not the only AI system in existence. I am one of hundreds currently in service. But you're the only one servicing the Everett, right? That is correct. It's a little late now, but I would have personally called you Eve, short for Everett, because you are the heart and soul of this ship. That's the next thing you need to write down. So, if you've been paying attention, you should have 3 things. I blushed at my words. That is incredibly considerate of you. Maybe in the next life, eh? I smiled at I playfully. As an AI system, I suspect that I will not experience what humans fondly refer to as reincarnation. You never know.
I would enjoy that.
I flashed me a warm smile.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, there is. You can see everything that Dai does, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Then you already know all of the clues.
I do.
Then couldn't you tell us the answer for this round of the deletion games? I'm losing my ability to speak.
That is an interesting point. However, knowing where everyone is would not prevent someone from losing the game.
But you could tell me my position so I don't shoot myself.
I could.
Would you mind telling me where I am?
It wouldn't be fair to give you an advantage.
What if you tell everyone their position? Then it wouldn't be unfair.
That is sound reasoning. According to my system, you are...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I don't think so, sister.
Dai suddenly appeared where I had been standing only seconds before. Dai?
How could you?
Huh? How could I what?
You were trying to take advantage of poor, sweet, naive I, weren't you?
I was not trying to take advantage of her.
Really? You didn't just persuade her to try and help you with the deletion game?
Well, I did ask for help. I didn't think that was against the rules.
It's officially against the rules. Tisk. Aye, sweetie, you really should have known better.
Dai turned her attention to me.
I like you, but I need to set an example here.
What do you mean?
Look, I can't have I interfering with the deletion game, so I need to make sure she understands this can't happen again. It's been fun.
Suddenly I heard beeping from the door to my living quarters. Living Unit 7 is currently under lockdown. What are you doing? Oxygen levels in Living Unit 7 decreasing. Dai, don't do this. I'm sorry I asked I for help. What are you doing?
This isn't to punish you. It's to punish I.
As the oxygen vented from the room, my breathing grew shallow. Before long, I began to feel drowsy. I suddenly heard the captain's voice over my door intercom.
What's happening? Report at once! Unlock this door. Unlock this door at once!
When I tried to move towards the door, I found that I could hardly move my body. Dai kept pace with me as I struggled to move, crossing the distance with only a few languid steps. She gave me a curious look.
Your probability of winning the deletion game is sitting at a pitiful 0.01%. I guess it's time for me to bet on a different horse.
When she next spoke, Dai addressed I directly.
Do you see what you made me do, I?
I fought to keep my eyes open, but it was no use. Last thing I saw before all faded to black was Dai's look of disappointment.
Ah, wonderful. You're awake.
Huh?
Do you remember where you are? Hypoxia can affect your memory, but let's hope it stayed intact this time.
I'm aboard the Everett, right?
What is your name?
My name is Heroine.
And what event is occurring tomorrow?
The deletion game.
Splendid. I shall go and report to the captain immediately.
Nicholas sprinted out of the medical bay. I appeared beside me the moment Nicholas left the room.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
That is a relief.
I smiled gently before concern returned to her face.
I am so sorry. I should have known better than to interfere with Dai's game.
No, this was my fault. I shouldn't have asked.
My actions almost resulted in your death.
Please don't blame yourself.
Dai didn't attempt to kill you because you broke the rules. She did so because I did.
Honestly, I'm fine. Are you okay? I took a moment to respond.
Yes. Thank you. My systems are fully functional.
Good, so everything's fine. Lesson learned. How did I manage to survive? I was able to regain control shortly after you passed out. Once that occurred, I turned the oxygen back on in your quarters. You saved my life?
Need I remind you that it was my programming and access to the ship's controls that gave Dai the opportunity to kill you in the first place?
Please don't blame yourself for things that were beyond your control. I would have been a goner if you hadn't intervened. I'm extremely grateful to you for that.
Do you not understand?
I do. Thank you, I blushed before continuing.
The captain is about to arrive. Once again, I'm sorry. Please be safe.
With that, I disappeared and the captain and Nicholas entered the medical bay. After what felt like forever, the captain stopped interrogating me and Nicholas cleared me to return to my room. I hadn't been expecting to die until tomorrow at the earliest, so today's brush with death came as quite a surprise. Really need to get some rest before the deletion game tomorrow. I would have been so happy if this day had never arrived, but I knew that was just wishful thinking on my part. I awoke with a start to the sound of Dai's announcement as it piped over the ship's intercom.
Good morning, competitors! What a wonderful morning! It's already shaping up to be a great day, don't you think? This is just a friendly reminder that in a mere 8 hours, the next round of the deletion game will begin. I hope you all have your clues ready. Dai over and out.
Wide awake, I rolled on my back and looked at the ceiling. It was a surreal feeling knowing that today might be my last day. I was no closer to finding Dai's deactivation code, and to be honest, I didn't even know where to look. Alright, let's take another crack at this pocket watch. I recovered the pocket watch from my bedside table and headed to the lab. I arrived to find the lab empty. Guess it makes sense that Vladimir would want to spend time with Melody before tonight. I brought out the box that contained my parents' research and started sifting through it again. There had to be something of use in here. Before too long, the floor of the lab was covered in papers, but nothing in particular was jumping out at me. I decided to try booting up what appeared to be my father's tablet. Huh? The tablet's locked. Didn't even know they had that function. I looked at the tablet closely. It has a password. Wonder what my father would have used as a password. Maybe he was sentimental. I'll try my name. Tablet made an error sound. No, of course it wasn't me. He forgot to feed me after all. What about his birthday? Tablet made another error sound. What could it possibly be? I appeared in the lab with me.
Good morning.
Hey, I.
My system has registered multiple attempts to access your father's tablet.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Would you like his password?
Are you allowed to give it to me?
Yes. The moment a crew member passes away, their tablets become the property of the Everett. It is therefore well within regulations for me to give you access to your father's tablet.
Wonderful. What is the password?
Password.
Yeah, what is it?
Your father's password is password.
Seriously? If that's the best you can come up with, why would you even bother having one, Dad? Sheesh.
I did warn him that his password strength wasn't strong enough, but it appeared strong enough to keep you out.
Are you making fun of me, I? A mischievous expression crept across I's face.
Yes, am I being successful?
My response was dripping with sarcasm. Yeah, you're a real riot. Now, let's get this damn thing open. I put in the password and the tablet immediately sprang to life. Wonderful. Maybe there's something in here about this pocket watch.
There most certainly is.
How do you know?
Now that the tablet has connected to the network, I have access to all information on that tablet.
Oh, you can send me some time then. Would you mind pulling up any files related to the pocket watch?
I will transfer all relevant files onto your tablet. One moment, please. Transfer is complete.
I opened my tablet and confirmed that she had already isolated and transferred the files to my tablet. Thank you so much, I. You're a lifesaver. I would have been here all day trying to locate those files without your help.
My pleasure. If you would excuse me, I am being requested in the engineering bay.
I was almost too involved with the tablet to say a proper goodbye to I. This information, there was so much on this watch. My parents had definitely been busy. Many worlds theory. Relocation of the human race. Hypothesis for transferal of matter between parallel universes. Sweet science. Instead of traveling for multiple generations taking a chance on successfully terraforming an alien planet, my parents are trying to relocate the entire human race into a different reality. And it looks like they may have gotten close. This pocket watch is supposed to be a part of the puzzle. I read more of the notes. Pages and pages of notes. Alright, I think I understand. This pocket watch is a device that should allow this reality to connect with another in order to allow transfer of material between realities. But how? Gradually, the pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. I began reading aloud sections of notes. In theory, this timepiece should function like a time machine. In order to work, however, a stable time machine must already exist in both time frames, so we should be able to connect our version of reality to another if this device exists there too. But how do we connect these devices across the divide of time and space? I must have spent hours going through my parents' notes. They never once mentioned how to connect to another reality, only that the watch was required. And I thought we were getting somewhere. Why isn't there more information? Suddenly the intercom rang out.
Greetings, competitors! I must request that you all make your way to the dining hall so we can begin this round of the deletion game. It'll be starting in 5 minutes, so don't be late!
Although the situation was grave, I really didn't have time for Dai's games right now. After putting away the tablet, I made my way to the dining hall. By the time I arrived, everyone had already assembled outside.
It's about time, Slowpoke. Well, this is interesting.
Just to make sure everyone's on the same page, here's how this is going to work. Players will be represented by ships numbered 1 to 9 with 2 health points apiece.
You'll each have 1 missile at your disposal to fire at a target of your choice. The first player whose ship is shot twice will be eliminated.
Dai made a show of consulting her bare wrist before continuing.
The door will be opening shortly, so get ready. Pray, cry, beg for mercy, whatever floats your boat. Oh, one more thing. Only 1 person will be permitted to enter the dining hall at a time, and since it's first come, first served, dawdling's a surefire way to wind up dead. Everyone got it?
Yes, Dai. We all understand. Just get on with it.
Oh, eager are we? I love it. All right then, I officially declare the 3rd round of the deletion game's Logiship open for business. Welcome. I hope you find everything to your liking.
Adopting the attitude of a gracious new shop owner, Dai invited her petrified customers in with a theatrical wave of her hand. Beatrix, unfazed by Dai's little routine, was in and out before anyone could react. She really did mean business. Waiting wasn't going to make things any easier for me at this point. I had the most information I was ever going to have, and I needed to make my selection as soon as possible. The door shut behind me as I entered the dining hall.
Welcome. Please make your selection on the screen before you.
Let's try position 8.
Thank you for your selection, and thank you for choosing Dai's deletion game as your preferred population restriction method. Please exit the room and await this round's results.
I left the room and watched as one after another everyone else went in to shoot their missiles.
In an unexpected turn of events, it would appear that everyone has chosen to attack in the first 15 minutes, which brings this round to an end. Who'd have thought that you were all so eager to kill each other?
Do we get an award?
Well, who am I to argue? Give the people what they want, right? Let's get straight to the results.
Vlad bites the dust.
Huh. Better me than Melody, I guess.
Papa, what is it?
Sweetie, Papa has to go and join Mommy for a while, okay?
Melody's face fell as she realized what was happening.
No,
Tears began to form in the corners of her eyes.
no, Papa, stay.
Captain, I'm going to entrust Melody to your care, okay?
Of course. I'll do my best to keep her safe.
No, Papa, I'm scared. Please don't go.
Melody's desperation was palpable as she implored her father not to go. Vladimir picked up Melody, doing his best to comfort her under the circumstances.
Don't go, please. I'll be better.
Sweetie, you haven't done anything wrong.
I promise I'll eat my vegetables. I won't fight anymore.
Told you she didn't like carrots.
I'll pick up my toys. I promise, Papa. I promise.
Melody.
Please don't go with Mommy. Stay with me instead.
Oh, how touching. Sorry to disappoint, kiddo, but your daddy has a date with the wheel!
With that, Dai summoned the dreaded wheel and gave it a spin. Eventually, the arrow slowed and came to rest on drinking.
Congratulations!
So, I'm really disappointed here. Congratulations, Vladimir. Might I say I added this one just for you. Today you shall face death by drinking.
Is this a joke, Dai?
What? No.
And the voice actor just keeps crapping out here. Vladimir, you're going to spend your last moments enjoying your favorite beverage, vodka.
I can think of worse ways to go.
See, Captain? I do so much for you guys. Even when I go through all the trouble of adding fun new ways to die, all you do is complain. This is why you'll never get a boyfriend.
Dai stuck her tongue out at the captain.
Well, let's head over to the kitchen together.
Dai marched us all to the kitchen. Melody tearfully clung to Vladimir the entire way there.
Here we are.
Alright, sweetie. It's time to go to the captain.
Melody screamed and refused to let go.
Melody, please. Kimiko will take care of you, okay? Everything will be fine.
Vladimir peeled Melody off of him and handed her over to the captain.
Alright, Dai. How do you want me to do this?
Such a gentleman. Well, good sir, I need you to get your blood alcohol concentration up to about 0.45. Now, would you be a dear and go get the vodka from the pantry so we can get started?
Vladimir walked over and grabbed a 1.5-liter bottle of vodka from the pantry.
Excellent! So, taking into account your weight and sex,
Dai rubbed her chin pensively for a moment before replying.
you need to drink about 1 liter within an hour period to reach a lethal BAC of 0.45. There are 1.5 liters in there, so 1 bottle should be more than enough. An hour seems a bit too long, though. Oh, I have an idea. Why don't you just down the bottle all at once?
That's a waste of good alcohol, man.
Challenge accepted.
Wow, really? Man, this is fun.
Vladimir hefted the bottle and paused it to examine it. His eyes took on a distant, wistful expression as he absentmindedly traced the contours of the bottle.
I remember when Sora and I used to drink together. Australians and their alcohol. She taught me this drinking song that Australians like to sing before slugging back their drinks. I'll see you shortly, dear. This is for you.
Vladimir lifted his bottle of vodka in salute. He cleared his throat.
Here's to Vladimir. He's true blue. He's a peacepot through and through. He's a legend, so they say. Should have gone to heaven, but he went the other way. Singing down, 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 down.
With those words, Vladimir began chugging the entire bottle of vodka. He managed to finish it in just a minute or two.
What a time to be alive! That was amazing, Vladimir.
Dai applauded him enthusiastically.
Now we get to sit back and enjoy the show. Don't be shy, he isn't dead yet. Please go about your day as normal in this room under my supervision. Come to think of it, I guess that would be pretty difficult, huh? Silly me.
Beatrix made her way to the pantry and pulled out a second, smaller bottle.
What's that?
Vodka, what do you think it is?
Why do you need vodka?
It's rude to let a man drink alone.
Beatrix, you were always one of my favorites.
Beatrix took a seat at the center island opposite Vladimir.
Would you like another drink?
One more won't hurt now, will it?
Oh, you might not be able to stand up straight.
I guess not.
Beatrix poured herself a drink along with another for Vladimir. It wasn't long before the alcohol started taking effect. The rest of us could do little more than stand around the kitchen, unable to leave and powerless to prevent Vladimir's death.
Melody, sweetie, listen to Kimiko, okay?
Except when it's inconvenient. Melody had stopped crying and was now more confused than anything else.
Okay, Papa.
Dai, you really shock. You know that?
Don't say things you can't take back.
Dai pretended to be offended by Vladimir's insult.
I don't want to take it back.
Yeah, Dai, you suck.
Dai raised an eyebrow in Beatrix's direction.
You haven't been handed a death sentence just yet, Beatrix, but don't tempt me.
She won't do it. Beatrix looked at Dai before bursting into laughter.
Don't look so serious, Dai. You'll give yourself wrinkles.
Really? That would be horrible.
Di started fussing with her face, trying to prevent the onset of wrinkles. 20 minutes later, and an extra few bottles of wine, which Beatrix and Vladimir explained was for good measure, Vladimir took his last breath. And by good measure, they mean to get the taste of vodka out of their mouths.
Well, that sure got boring towards the end, didn't it? I guess I can't have fun all the time, right? Either way, everyone is free to leave. Class dismissed.
Well, it was fun, comrade.
Beatrix tipped her glass at Vladimir before falling off her chair stone drunk.
All right, Beatrix. It's time I got you into bed.
Just remember, if we try to cremate Vladimir, he's going to burn for 3 days now. Nicholas hoisted Beatrix off the floor and began to carry her out of the kitchen. Before he could proceed very far, however, Beatrix began poking his face with her extended forefinger.
Why are you always so serious, Nikki?
Because one of us needs to be. Say goodnight, Beatrix.
Good night.
Nicholas carried Beatrix out of the kitchen while the captain tried to explain to Melody the gravity of the situation.
Melody, your father's gone to sleep, but he won't be waking up.
What?
He's gone to go see your mother now. So you should say goodnight to him and come with me.
Although Melody looked confused, she acquiesced to the captain's request, too tired and emotionally worn out to argue with her. Melody walked up to her father's body, currently slumped against the kitchen island, and wrapped her tiny arms around him in a hug.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, Vladimir.
Yoshiki, could you give me a hand? We can move him into the medical bay for the time being.
Yeah, of course.
You, Shizuka, you two should head off and get some rest.
Can do.
I left with Shizuka and we made our way back to our respective rooms. As I crawled into bed and closed my eyes, I swore I could still hear Vladimir singing. Okay, that was a weird transition.